Previously on Survivor, 16 castaways were abandoned at Wissahickon Park with the decision to play with their head or with their heart. After losing their first immunity challenge, the head tribe scrambled.
I'm cool however they want to go, but just like...
Melissa was targeted for her challenge performance. But in the end...
There's a person I want to target, but I don't think she's on everyone's lips.
Rowan was the first person voted out of the tribe. 15 are left, who will be voted out tonight.
That was really tough. So it came up on a lot of people. It was Melissa. I heard Hannah's name. My name got thrown out. Settled on Rowan's name. Rowan came up to me before the vote and was sort of like, "Hey, it's on you. I just want to let you know that like I'm trying to get it off of you." And like I was willing to work with her to go farther. But it sort of came up as the tribe, and I had to. When after hearing my name, I had to make the decision that I thought was going to get me further.
I guess Rowan felt blindsided. I think we were all just looking for a name, and her name kind of came up last, and unfortunately, it was her. Going forward, I wanted to try to solidify personal bonds and, you know, make friends with people so that they take pity on me and feel really bad for me and don't vote me out.
The boy needs water. Wow. See, we're putting the cans together. That's kind of making sure.
Okay, so people were throwing around Melissa's name, okay? And then they started to throw around Jake's name. It almost looked like for a half second Jake was about to go, but I want Jake on my side because I feel like he and Dan could be a shield for me, so I had to change around the vote. And then I threw out Rowan's name, and then Hannah, Stephanie, Melissa all seemed to buy into that, and then before you know it, Rowan was the one that had to go. I liked her a lot, but it had to be someone besides Jake, because I need him as a shield for me later in this game.
Big news. Is there poison ivy back here?
I don't see it.
I don't know. At this point. 4 or 5
We need some 3. Let them be.
I feel good about tribal council because I wasn't voted out first, and so I'm excited about that. Dave whispered in my ear, Rowan, and I just kind of like stuck with that, double checked with a few people. I really, at first, I think the first name that was thrown out was my name, obviously, and I was just making sure I wasn't the last name said. I'm sad about Rowan because I liked her, and I feel sad that they targeted a girl, so I'll have to try to get a guy out next time.
Should we make furniture? Yeah. Get some of those logs. Yeah, we need a good, nice chair.
They all wanted to do Rohan. I didn't want to do that, but I let them do it. It's not me. I don't really care.
For who wrote my name down, because I got a vote, I'm not really too sure. Whoever it was doesn't like me though, because it put a little exclamation point after my name. So I think somebody's still here. Was at least gunning for me then. Who knows what I'll stay or what.
I voted Jake just to be messy, but I didn't think it was going, so yeah, I did Jake.
I'd like to keep the girls around as long as I can, both because I want to, have female solidarity and because they're shields for me. I think I've been a little too vocal in general, which is always going to be my downfall, I think. But I need to rein it back in and just try to be sweet. We had just become a country, and then a bunch of early settlers started getting Paris on their whiskey. As a historian, I literally study people and kind of what makes them make certain decisions, and I really think a lot about kind of human psychology in terms of historic decision making.
That's so cool. Whiskey versus vodka.
There really hasn't been anyone like me that's played the game before. I'm kind of a weirdo. I don't fit easily into a box, so I think people would have a hard time kind of figuring me out and knowing what to make of me. Yeah, vodka came later. Yeah, and so I think I would be really good at Survivor because I think that's a skill that's really important. I know I would suck at all the physical stuff and I would have to just like use my charm, but I'm curious whether or not that would work. So I hope you pick me, and it sounds like a lot of fun, and I can't wait to join you. Yeah, we have a history.
You're going. And these games go so fast. This group becomes this group, and if you're not paying attention or you're off doing a confessional, when that happens, you might be at risk. So who knows?
It's really hard to know who's going to be next. Really glad to be here. I think I have some good connections that hopefully will keep me here long term.
I think Rowan voted John.
And overall, I do think we've really bonded. That first tribal council really brought us together.
Stephanie really wants to get Jake out right now, so I don't know how I'm gonna handle that situation. I would like to keep Hannah around, I'd like to keep Dan around, and Jake. So we'll see. I'm not sure. It will all depend on the challenge. We're not gonna lose this one. I'll let you know. Yeah.
I know. Okay, cool.
We should check out the other trail.
Yeah, do we
want to do another hike?
Yeah, let's do another hike.
Not just stand around. So our entire tribe was going for a walk. We're kind of all trying to stick together. There's some side conversations happening, and I've definitely had my eye out for the idol. And we go down one of this path. I'm not putting my hand here.
Yeah, grab a stick and put the stick in it.
All right, go ahead.
Definitely looking for idols as we were going. Like, I literally stuck my arm up a tree. And it didn't pay off at all. So it seems like the idols are on everybody's radar, definitely.
We bonded so much on this walk.
This walk was good for morale.
The heart walk.
The heart walk.
You know how much money charities raise with heart walks?
Oh, this is simple.
I'm looking for $250.
I'm actually feeling pretty comfortable. I feel like organically there's me, Matt, Liz, and Lauren.
That's me. That's me, guys.
And we have come together.
That looks very interesting. It's just a reason.
So right now, I feel really good about Laura. I feel like we've had a couple, conversations. Also Matt, I feel like those are the two people I kind of hit it off with right off the bat. And so I'm hoping that we can kind of build a solid core and then kind of bring people in and kind of go from there.
Yes. Are we allowed to go down this me? Oh, I'm a bandwagon New York football fan.
I definitely feel really close to Nikki. Nikki was the first one right after we kind of had some alone time to try to talk to me.
So you grew up in
Jersey.
West Orange.
Yeah, in West Orange. Spent all my
So Bay Ridge, it's like 86th Street. I live on 53rd Street, so it's like that's where I would go to window shop.
I feel really good about Matt. I feel really good about Lauren. Generally, I feel good about the women. I feel solid, but I know that's no guarantee of anything. We're going down each of the paths in our camp, and like the third path we went down.
And we go down one of this path, and immediately I see this white sack sticking out, and it was so obvious to me that I didn't want to walk past it and hide it for later, and everyone was behind me, so I just grabbed it and told everyone because there was no way to hide it.
Lauren she's just like, I found the idol, it's for everybody, it's for our tribe, and she reads the rules.
What does it say?
Congratulations, you have found the hidden immunity idol. When played at tribal council, any votes cast against you will not count.
I do hot yoga and skateboarding. I'm adventurous. I am down for literally anything, anytime.
If you intend to play the idol for yourself or someone else, you must do so anytime before the votes are read. If you do not play the idol and are voted out, the idol will no longer have any power in the game.
I think this would just be such a great opportunity to merge my love for this beautiful cultural city and Survivor, because who doesn't love the ultimate game? And I will be the sole survivor of Philadelphia. Thank you, and see you in September.
The last time you can play this idol is when there are 5 players left in the game.
First idol! But I found the idol. I'm so excited. I'm a little bit nervous because there's definitely some strategy being talked, and I don't want to come out too hot too early. So that's one of the reasons why I told the entire tribe that I found this.
The word is right now that this is the tribe idol for after the merge, but you know, who knows what'll happen, if we're gonna get a swap, if things will get crazy.
I definitely think it puts me in a precarious spot. I hope it doesn't put a target on my back. And
It was right there.
Now I know why she's looking.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't so hidden. Guys, I announced. I just would like to say that out loud. She did share it with the whole tribe.
No, it's good. It's
And
good.
this will be our post-merge idol. Yeah.
and I hope that they do trust that this is our team idol. At least that's what I want them to think.
I saw it really early, and I was like, there's no way I can leave this here and someone behind me won't see it. That's how obvious it was.
I thought it was trash.
Well, yeah, I thought that mask was something.
I was like, who's walking first?
But again, finding it and talking strategy, I'm a little nervous that I might have to use it, and if I feel like I have to use it for myself, then that's what I'm gonna do.
So our tribe would find like a tribe idol.
Of course, like not just a few, it's just
Everyone! Here we go. Who are you guys worried about from head?
I don't even know.
Ain't nobody I'm worried about on that bum ass team.
Hold on, in terms of what?
Dave the dad? Well, he's just so,
seems
dad
athletic,
is
but he's also like gets alone.
Yeah.
No, I want to let's keep him for that.
Wait, he's gonna be like, why are you guys calling him?
Hey, we're the only, he's the only one that was off.
gonna watch this and be
Be like, what the heck?
So I'm just gonna play under the radar, everyone's buddy, kind of the dad if they need help with something.
And then at the reunion,
Anything to get him off
like,
balance.
how does it feel to be a sex symbol? You know what I wasn't expecting.
Really, that's not what I came here, but you know.
Next time Dave's in the confessional, ask him what it's like to be a sex symbol.
Stephanie seemed very smart. Stephani's like quiet.
She's like a quiet assassin.
There's one of them with a maybe bigger than normal head.
Oh.
And I'm trying to. I said it was a little bigger.
Everyone has normal sized heads, like, come on.
Not the one guy from that team. He's got a big head.
Show some respect.
He's right behind you. I do not respect the blue team.
He's right behind you, the big
I'll get that out there right now.
They are the head tribe, though, so it kind of makes sense.
I think that I'm a heart out here, but like I think what a lot of people don't see about me is that I'm also a head. Like that's how I make it through each and every day. I bring those head qualities, and I just think that like it's amazing that I'm on the heart tribe, not the head tribe, because you didn't blow up my spot. So thank you, Survivor Philadelphia, for that. Hey Survivor Philly team, my name is Matt Scott. I'm 29, living in Washington, D.C., and just to get ready for Survivor Philly, I ventured out into the jungle here, just outside of D.C., the beautiful, expansive jungle. Who am I kidding? I'm in the D.C. Zoo right now. You know, ultimately, I think the thing that's so powerful for me about Survivor Philly, and the thing I want to see is just to test myself, because time and time again, whether I like it or not, people often read me as unintimidating, as someone who they, don't consider as a threat. I think part of it's like the baby face, but also, I mean, I do like to show up and be like a kind, caring person in the world whenever I can. I'm a social impact storyteller, so I spend a lot of time having conversations with people about meaningful issues in really heartfelt, human ways. I think the thing that people don't see about me, which I actually want them to start to see and hopefully could get across through survivorphilly, is just the drive, the determination. Over the last 5 years, and what a lot of people don't know is that I was the global community lead and storyteller for the world's largest hackathon with NASA, meaning that I was working with people in 150 plus countries and had to find ways to relate to them and to work with them and be respected by them and support them. And being the only one of me in the room has really given me a superpower, being able to relate to people and form bonds. And I'm really excited to see how that plays out in this game. I feel good socially with everyone. We're a strong tribe. We just dominate the other tribes, so what could go wrong?
I'm not going through the poison.
Look, I don't care.
Don't even speak that in bad text.
I've got tree mail.
Tree mail!
All right.
Sally, man.
Wait, listen carefully. Round 2. Thankfully, you all remain, but one has left this brutal game. To avoid to follow in their path, you'll have to get down in the grass, crawl and writhe and slither through. Plus, marksmanship could help you too. If you can make it through the net, you won't go home, at least not yet.
Okay.
This sounds like an obstacle course.
Okay, so we need some people who can shoot.
If it's baseball, I can do that.
I think we're very cohesive. Nobody wants to vote anyone else off, so we want to just keep winning.
Get down in the grass, crawl, writhe, slither through.
Like throwing.
These guys say they're good at throwing.
If it's like shooting.
Yeah, I like throwing stuff.
Let's go team! Great.
Heart Tribe, getting your first look at the new head tribe. Rowan voted out at the first tribal council. All right, I will take back community from the Heart Tribe. Community back up for grabs.
Get that back, Alan.
For today's challenge, you're going to retrieve 3 bags from underneath a crawl obstacle. Once you have all 3 bags, you use the sandbags inside to knock 6 blocks off of a table. First tribe to knock all their blocks off the table will win immunity. Losers, somebody's going to tribal council where somebody will be the second person voted out of this tribe. Are you guys ready to get to it? Yeah. All right, I'll give you a minute to strategize and we'll get it on. All right, we're about to get to our challenge, Heart Tribe. You have 1 extra member. You're going to sit someone out. Who is it going to be?
I will be sitting out.
Ariel sitting out. You can take a spot over there at the sit-out bench. All right, you guys ready to get your second challenge on?
Yeah, let's go.
Jake and Lauren starting out. Survivors ready. And go. Jake and Lauren diving through that crawl space, untying their bags. Jake through with his first bag for the head tribe. Lauren struggling on that Heart Tribe. You cannot give up in a challenge like this. You gotta come through for your tribe. Lauren finally gets her bag untied for the Heart Tribe. Stephanie laying down, upside down. Kevin heading out for the Heart Tribe. Head Tribe's got 2 bags undone. Heart Tribe's got 1. Isaiah and Kevin underneath those crawls. Kevin's giving it all he's got to try to get that bag free. Heart Tribe wants to take on that second immunity. He's using his teeth to try to undo it. Isaiah gets the 3rd bag for the Head Tribe. Head Tribe now has all 3 bags. Kevin's still working on those knots. Isaiah's shooting for the Head Tribe. Isaiah's shooting nearly misses. Tyler's heading out for the Head Tribe. Dives underneath that crawl space. Kevin still trying to get that back. Tyler nearly misses on his first shot. Kevin's got the second bag for the Heart Tribe. They got one more to go and they'll be caught up in this challenge. Jason's heading out for the Heart Tribe, trying to get that final bag. Jason's got the bag in just a few seconds. Heart Tribe has caught up. Jake and Jason heading out under their crawl spaces. They have 2 shots each. With their first throw, Jake knocks off 4 blocks. Jason shooting his second shot, he knocks off 2 blocks, bringing their bean bags back. Liz is heading out to knock over these 4 blocks for the Heart Tribe. She gets 1. Kevin could sink the winning shots here for the Heart Tribe. He misses on his first, misses on his second. He's got to recover the bag. Jake and Jason out for the Head and Heart Tribe, trying to sink their last couple blocks. Head Tribe wins immunity. Safe from Ugo. Will not be going to Tribal Council. Heart Tribe heading to their first Tribal Council. Somebody will be voted out tonight. Woo! Head Tribe, you pulled out a massive victory. Come from behind. Come grab your immunity. Whoever sunk in your shot.
I was the person who was able to throw the bean bags and hit the blocks, and like that felt really good. I feel like I might have come off as a little aggressive. I was really pumped up. I could be like, let's go afterwards, and I hope.
Jake, how does it feel to sink the winning shot for your tribe?
That felt awesome. I played baseball my whole life, then went to tennis. So I was like, oh no, the tennis racket is just gonna go well, and apparently did. So.
You guys are safe tonight. You have the night off. You can grab your stuff, head back to camp. Enjoy. Heart Tribe. It was a sad loss, but tonight, someone from your tribe will be the second person voted out of this game. I will see you tonight at Tribal. You can head back to camp.
Who knows what'll happen? Because there's already talk about the names that are kind of on the outs. So hopefully there's only one list.
Now I just want to hear more about why everyone's a heart. They hit me with that confession. Oh, okay.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
I felt like that challenge in our team performance, unfortunately, was kind of a hot mess. I thought we might have had a shot, but it's all right. They got a kid with an arm. It's okay. We need some adversity to have a good story. Hopefully it's not me. So I feel like we struggled, but we all had good attitude and energy about it. So. Thank you, Doc.
I think I fit into it because I feel good working maybe with Jason, Chrissy, but I also think maybe there might be the girls and the guys, so we'll see.
Who needs water?
I'm feeling really good about Liz and about Matt. I think the 3 of us would do really well in this game. I talked with Liz about it and I feel confident in that pairing. Nikki had come up to me and proposed a few things. I think Nikki's really great, but I don't know how far I would want to take her.
I'm feeling great. There are already some names out there. There are 2 people for me who stand out. One is Kevin. Kevin has been talking about idols left and right since the moment we got to the camp.
There were probably 2 idols, but he found a few of them.
Yeah.
3 or 4.
Yeah,
you kept finding. Was there anything in the email today?
No, I don't think until after Tribal.
And Jason's just such a gamer, you can tell, but he's also great in physical challenges. So
Jason's definitely the wild card.
Yeah. I thought he went to look for you, Kevin, and then you came back and he wasn't with you. And I was like,
Part of the time. And right after my interviews.
Did you stick your hand in just to check?
Of course.
So I don't feel great about Kevin's chances or Jason's going into our first vote.
He's like, yeah, the bathroom's flooded. I pulled off the thing on the wall.
flooded that bathroom out.
I really thought there was one
So
in
idols,
there.
idols floating in the ceiling.
I'll let you know if that's.
Yeah, there is a drop ceiling.
That would be my top idol find if that was the case.
You're just gonna see Matt like.
Alex is such a good Jeff. Isn't it so awesome?
It's like.
Oh, he's got the hat and the cargo shorts.
The hat and the, yeah.
Oh my god.
I wanted to clap when he did his speech at first. I was like, yo, he did it in one take.
Oh, when he did, if you were ready and he did the hand thing. I was so
Oh, I'm fine. I think this is it. It'll stink sending somebody home, but I'm chilling. It's too early for me to get booted.
How are you feeling after that?
I hurt my knee, but I'm chilling. Will it be recovered in time? I'm good.
Not the medevac. You're not doing the medevac to me. I was gonna say, do we know?
Get helicoptered out. No, yeah, just slam. I just listened jumping and it bopped my knee a little bit. My kneecaps are both dislocated, so they always hurt. So they've been like that since birth. Since first grade, they're both like, I don't know how to explain it, but like it hyperextends that way, which it should not do.
People I feel closest to right now, I think Matt. I think Matt is his name. He's a very nice man. Liz and Christy, I'd probably say.
Which means you're gonna use the restroom. Does anyone know how to build furniture, like a nice chair, couch?
Wendell.
See, yeah.
Wendell! Wendell!
People are throwing around Kevin and Jason. I think that's somewhat predictable as being an older one in the tribe, and then that makes me nervous as I was pretty upfront about my age, which was dumb. But hopefully we'll see what happens, but I think it's going to be one of those two. Those are the only two names I've heard. Hopefully name me. Yeah. And I'm hearing.
There's definitely been some names thrown out there. You know, Kevin was one of them. You know, possibly it's just somebody who, you know, kind of is a little bit more quiet, you know, not really gonna jump into like challenges and stuff, so.
Right. It's not me. I'm like, I want to be the old lady going that first.
You know, nothing against him at all. I think just for the group dynamic, it's just one of the names thrown out there.
Like, I feel like it's all around.
Yeah.
Not comfortable. My thing is to honestly have a challenge. And like, you have to be able to acknowledge.
Every other word is an idol, so that worries me a little bit.
Again, oh, because he's joking.
Yeah, but it's gonna be like. Are we?
Yeah, we're just bringing people over.
I'm actually feeling really good about the vote right now because organically, Matt, myself, Lauren, and Liz have come together, and I feel like we've formed a bit of an Illuminati where we're controlling the votes, and whatever our voices are saying is gonna resonate with the rest of the tribe. So right now, if I'm right, it'll be Kevin.
But like, is this like really? There's some.
No, come on.
You are all welcome to.
Not be going for a confessional, be like, oh my god, what do they think?
I read.
Yeah, but well,
Jason
that's
and-
if they ask. Jason and Kevin, we're going.
Yeah.
Do you think there's an issue with Jason being out of the vote?
I know who I'm sending home. They just snubbed me on a fist pound, and that's all I'll say. But that is what I like everyone on my team. One player on my team just snubbed me with a fist pound, and if we hit tribal, I'll tell you who it is.
I was feeling good, and then I talked to Jason, and he said that in addition to Kevin's name, which I heard a lot, he told me he heard my name and Ariel's name, and he said, I'm just gonna go where the wind goes. So that made me nervous.
Okay. So.
Me?
We really did. Did we?
He's like,
so what do we do?
He's like, I don't know.
I'm voting for Kevin, because that's how I think most of the energy's going, and I hope Jason's just not a super mastermind, but obviously it's never good to hear that.
We outnumber.
See, okay, here's the thing.
Look.
My only positive thing is that she has thought he was loyal. Jason kind of has been running his mouth a little bit. He's very abrasive. I don't know if it's the time for that move or not yet. That's kind of where my head's at. Yeah.
This is the aforementioned scheming.
I was like, when there's a group without me, I'm getting into
There's only
one
one idol, right? Now I know there's been a great deal of conspiring. The minute we lost a thing, everyone immediately was just like, so who are we getting rid of? And I had a couple names in my head.
There's one at each camp.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know, but like, I don't know. It's not, it's cool, it's just like,
Do you think anyone
like, go and vote
Do you think anyone on their team found the idol?
I bet
Somebody must have found it. There's no way.
You were, I think now would be the time where they find it, you know?
Yeah.
I know, it keeps drying.
And I drank all.
You're on an island, you gotta
I don't
conserve
wanna
water.
Does anyone else need to like go now?
I'm not really sure where I fit for tribal council because some groups are going off into 3, some are going off into 2, and I'm really not sure what we fall in there.
You guys were victorious in your first challenge. You lost your second challenge. Now you're here to vote the second person out of this game. So Liz, tell me about the challenge. What went wrong today?
I definitely, think we might have underestimated, their ability in that challenge. I think it really catered to some of their strengths, and it definitely took us by surprise, I would say.
Chrissy, what would you say are the strengths of your tribe?
I would say that the strengths of my tribe are we all, this is going to sound really freaking lame, but we all get along really well. It's really easy to talk to anybody and kind of come up with a plan. So when we're preparing for a challenge, it's really easy. Like, there's always somebody that just steps up and says, all right, what's our plan? Who's good with this particular skill, or what are you gonna do? And I think that makes it really easy. No one's like talking over anybody, everybody listens. That's gonna be hard when it comes time to vote, so here we are.
Nikki, would you agree that you bonded as a group, as the Heart Tribe?
Yeah, I think we vibe pretty well together, and it's been, we got, like, it seems like we really know each other.
So with that bonding, Ariel, how do you base the first vote? Because it can't just be kumbaya, happiness forever. Somebody's going home.
Unfortunately, in this game, you really have to vote based on absolutely little to no information. Let's be honest, we barely know these people, although we do like each other. However, this is a game and we need to win. So, if we want to further ourselves in the game, we need to think about how we're going to win challenges. And, yeah, I still hear my name come up. So, although I did sit out, we all know if I were in there, we would have won today. So, I just think it's interesting that some names...
Somebody say your name.
The name, I heard my name.
Now, you guys know that historically in Survivor, there is usually an idol hid at camp. And so I'm wondering, Jason, has there been idol searching, or have you seen people break off trying to locate advantages throughout this game?
The idol was found almost immediately.
Oh, really?
When the other team was voting, we found the idol almost immediately.
So, who found the idol?
I'm right next
Yeah, no, I don't remember who found it.
So you have the idol, Lauren.
I do have the idol.
And everyone knows.
Yeah,
And it's out there.
Everyone was behind me, so I don't know what I would have done if I was by myself. But I immediately knew I was going to share this news with everyone behind me, and as was mentioned, we really bonded, and I think if we can keep our tribe strong and not see you for a little bit, Alex, I think that idol will really help keep the Heart strong as a team.
Nikki, if it's you tonight, how do you feel?
Heartbroken.
Heartbroken? Jason, if it's you, heartbroken?
It's not me.
It's not you?
Yeah, it's not me.
Liz, heartbroken if it was you?
Definitely.
Alright, well, it looks like one of you is about to get that broken heart, and we're going to find out who it's going to be. So it is time to vote. Nikki, you're up first.
So, I thought we had a plan, and then I heard my name, so hopefully this is the plan.
Bazinga.
So if you guys were watching in there, Ariel got pissed. He heard his name was mentioned. I spread that rumor. No one mentioned his name. I spread that to get him off his rocker. And guess what? I'm doing another play. Voting for myself. Because I know I'm so...
You can't vote for yourself. You can't vote for yourself.
All right, I'll go again. I was going to do it as a play so that they felt like someone voted for me. And then I was going to pretend whoever got kicked out.
For yourself, sweetheart.
I'm sure I'm a tricky guy. It's time to get savage. So,
I feel bad. I don't want to do this. I'm tired. Oh, he has to go. This isn't fun.
Oh man, this is authentic. Alright, listen. I love all these people. They're freaking awesome. But they be throwing out 3, 4, 5 names back there. It's way too early for that shit. You can't be playing that messy. But watch. They say my name. I'm about to burn this shit down.
They were never here.
All right, if anybody has a hidden immunity idol and you want to play it, now would be your time to do so. All right. Once the votes are read, the decision is final. A person voted out will be asked to leave the tribal council area and I will read the vote. First vote, Kevin. One vote, Kevin. Kevin. 2 votes for Kevin. Nikki. 2 votes, Kevin. 1 vote, Nikki. Kevin. 3 votes, Kevin. 1 vote. Kevin. 4 votes for Kevin. 1 vote for Nikki. Second person voted out of Survivor Philadelphia head versus heart is Kevin. Kevin, that's enough. You can bring me your torch. Tribe has spoken.
Kick Drew's ass.
Alright, so you guys are now even with the head tribe 7-7. But it is early in this game, and the next few rounds will truly dictate who is going to take control of this game. You guys can grab your torches, head back to camp. Have a good night.
I don't know how much really people decided before going to that. There was some discussion that we wouldn't vote out whoever we sat out. So I wonder if, you know, in hindsight, should I have volunteered to sit out? I think I did my best and put out a good effort. I would definitely do something like this again. It was a good experience and I'm still rooting for the Red Tribe.
Next time on Survivor. An unsettling message gets both tribes thinking.
The win will pull an enemy from the worst tribe towards the best. And 2 will be immune this round, which is better than all the rest.
Or is it like a...
You're gonna kidnap them.
They're gonna kidnap them?
And a twist in the game means no one is safe.
Alright, we have the immunity idol here, but today, you're not playing for it. Both tribes are going to tribal council tonight. Both tribes are voting someone out of this game.
Since it girl went last time, like I can go.
With both tribes scrambling,
Y'all went idol hunting. I didn't find diddly squat.
the game gets turned on its head. Or heart.